The Boy Who Planted a Forest. In a small village in Assam, India, there lived a boy named Jadav Pang. From a young age, Jadav loved the natural beauty around him. His home was surrounded by lush greenery, the Brahmaputra River, and forests filled with animals like elephants, tigers, and colorful birds. He often spent hours exploring the wilderness, feeling a deep connection to the plants and animals. But one summer day, when Jadav was just 16 years old, he saw something that broke his heart. Walking along the riverbank, he came across dozens of dead snakes lying in the sand. They had died under the scorching sun because the forest, once full of tall trees and shade, had been cut down. The once thriving land had turned barren. Jadav rushed back to his village and spoke to the elders, hoping they could fix the problem. But they only shook their heads and said, "There's nothing we can do. The forest is gone, and the land is dead." That night, Jadav lay awake, thinking about the snakes, the animals, and the beauty that had been lost. He couldn't just stand by and watch his home disappear. He decided he would bring the forest back, tree by tree. The very next morning, Jadav grabbed some seeds and walked to the barren land by the river. He planted the first seed with his own hands, then another and another. He didn't have much, just determination and a vision. Every day, he carried buckets of water from the river to keep the young plants alive. At first, people laughed at him. "Jadav, you're just a boy. Do you really think you can bring back a forest by yourself?" But Jadav didn't listen. He planted seeds every day, no matter how hot the sun was or how tired he felt. Some days, the plants died because the soil was too dry, but Jadav didn't give up. Instead, he experimented. He planted bamboo, which grew quickly, and introduced grasses to help hold the soil together. Years passed. Jadav kept planting, watering, and caring for the trees. Slowly, the dry land began to change. Small saplings grew taller, their leaves creating shade. Birds returned, building nests in the branches. Animals like deer and rabbits began to visit. By the time Jadav was an adult, his small grove of trees had grown into a thriving forest. But he didn't stop there. He kept planting, adding more species of trees and plants. Over decades, the barren land transformed into a lush jungle that covered over 1,300 acres, an area larger than 800 football fields. Soon, even tigers and elephants returned to the forest. The riverbanks, once dry and cracked, became cool and green again. The ecosystem was alive. Jadav's work didn't go unnoticed. People began calling him the Forest Man of India. Scientists visited to study his forest, and journalists wrote stories about his incredible achievement. But when people asked him why he had done it, Jadav simply said, "I didn't do this for fame. I did it because nature needed help. The forest is like my child, and I will protect it with my life." Today, Jadav's forest stands as a symbol of hope. His story teaches us that no matter how big a problem seems, even one person can make a difference. All it takes is courage, patience, and love for the world around us.